Oh, we have to do this, yes. Morgan. Hi, Morgan. If you don't like the two images, you can always remove the spotlight on one or both of them, so. Okay, crossing the leg at the center of the shins, roll the front thighs in, broaden the backs of the thighs and the pelvic floor. So the base is broad. Rolling to the forward edge of the sit bones, draw the sacrum in and up and continue to lift up the central channel. So someone's got you by a string, pull you up effortlessly. Release the inner legs down, release the knees down. Yes, good, that's it. And then make your teacup hands and press your support and lift the sides of the body up, outer hips to armpits, maintaining the release of the inner thighs. Find that reverse C in the armpit chest, and then bring your hands back to your thighs. Release lift the occiput up off the back of the neck, releasing the chin slightly down, and let your gaze look down. And either close your eyes or softly open and breathe here. And as you observe your breath, relax your arms, so that your elbows just don't hold your arms. Yeah, just put your hands somewhere, your arms can just relax. Yeah. And as you observe your breath, it will naturally begin to deepen and lengthen. So observe that. Listen for the sound of the breath at the back of the nasal passages between your ears, way up at the top, not at the throat, but a little higher up, making that soft ujjayi sound, like the sound of the ocean and shell. And let that warm your body and open your body and soothe and relax and energize, moving the energy through your whole being. Keep the lift of your armpit chest. Don't lose your lift. So Fernando with the chest. Also Thaina with the chest, more. Roll the upper arm bones back. Yeah. So if you start to collapse, then you're not breathing, right? So breathe deeply and fully. We're energizing. Okay. So don't go to sleep. So if you're going to sleep, lift your head up a little further, lift your head, yeah. Draw your chin back, lift your chest up, and then don't tilt your head down quite so much, even less, lift your chin up more. Yes, and then draw your chin straight back, straight back, straight back, yes. And then keep your eyes a little bit open and look down and breathe. So feel the movement of your torso as you breathe. So it's not a little mouse breath, right? It's the longest, deepest, fullest breath. You're getting ready to move your body and you want to send the energy prana like a pump through your body. So allow the freedom of movement of your torso. Allow for creating space for the breath to come in, right? There's movement of the ribs. There's movement of the diaphragm, right? And keep rolling the upper arm bones back if the chest starts to collapse. Okay. And then we'll do our opening chant all together. So take Anjali Mudra, thumbs to heart, and bring the thumbs to the bottom of the sternum and firmly press in, and then lift bottom to top. Lift and roll the upper arm bones down, and the shoulder blades on the back. And you take a look to the chest and keep the head level, eyes level. And we'll chant all together. Deep breath in. Sanatu, Sanatu, Savidyam Paravai, Tejasvinaditastuma, Vivishavai, Oh. Take a deeper breath, lift your heart. As you exhale, release your head over forward, softening the front of the throat, draw the trachea towards the back of the neck and the sides of the throat towards the back of the neck, and release the hands to the thighs. Maintain the lift of the center and the sides of the body and rolling the upper armpits back. Maintain that reverse C in the armpit chest, not to lean back. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Release the head down, all the way down as you're able, until your chin touches your clavicular notch. Yes, just like you bridge your shoulders down. Don't harm the front of the throat though. Don't push the chin in, right? Rather curl the tip in as you release the base of the skull away from the top of the neck. So you maintain the softness in the front of the throat as you elongate, more importantly, the back of your neck. And then with your eyes closed, I'm going to inhale, curl up the back of your neck and bring your ears up over your shoulders. And then with your eyes closed, level your gaze to the horizon. And then bring the eyes to the back of the head, so you're not pushing the eyeballs forward into the eyelids. And as you do that, allowing your eyes to soften, also soften your internal gaze and broaden. Begin to sense and feel the space of the room and people around you, as though you're seeing from all the parts of your being. And then the soft eyes and the soft, broad, all-encompassing gaze. Allow your eyelids to gently close open. Okay. And then as you're ready, go ahead and extend your legs and open up a blanket on your mat. Long like this, and you can lie down on your blanket and have some space. If you move any props like in the middle of the room or away so you can have some space. And then just lie in Shavasana on your mat. And if you go into your Shavasana, there's whatever your audience. Corpse pose. And if you need support under your hip, please take it. If you need support under your knees, please take it. Take what you need so that you can really relax and get comfortable and let go. Observe your body and your breath for a few moments. So allowing a release of holding on to muscular tension, right? So that that means the whole body, the feet, the toes, the ankles, calves, shins, knees, thighs, hips, buttocks, the whole torso, the lower, middle, and upper back, the shoulder blades, and the abdominal region. The pelvic bowl, the belly button, the diaphragm, the rib cage and chest, armpits, hands, arms, fingers, shoulders, top of the shoulders, right and left, the neck, right and left side of the neck, front of the throat, back of the neck, base of the skull, face, eyes, jaw, tongue, teeth, throat. The whole kit and caboodle, right? So observe it, it's sort of like holistically, and then where your attention is drawn, you may be drawn to places where you're holding, release there. Okay, and really observe, letting go. If you're touching any props that aren't comfortable, just move them out of the way so that you're not touching something uncomfortable. Right? And just really feel and sense your body. Observe how your feet fall apart and how your legs feed into your hip sockets. Observe your pelvis, your lower back, your buttocks, your lower belly. Observe the curve of your lower back, the space behind your knees and ankles. are the back ribs touching the mat, and where aren't they touching? Observe how the shoulder blades lay on the mat. And observe the arms, how the arms and hands and fingers rest. Right, the armpits, the tops of the shoulders, observe if the head is centered or tilted or turned to one side or the other. Observe the curve in the back of the neck. Good. So then we're going to do some somatic, gentle somatic movement. So when you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees up one by one. And bring your feet flat on the blanket. A comfortable distance from your buttocks. You're not going to lift up into bridge pose, so not too close, but not too far, so that it's easy to hold your legs up. And then go ahead and widen your feet and turn your toes in, heels out, and let your knees fall together for a couple of breaths, and just observe how that internal rotation of your legs broadens the buttocks away from the sides of the sacrum. Pause to observe. And release your inner thighs, not to engage. And then go ahead and widen your knees and adjust your feet so they're more sit bone width or outer hip width distance apart. And observe the curve of your back. Bring your arms maybe a little bit closer down and towards your sides. And we'll do arch and release. So observe the curve of your lower back. And then as you're ready, you start to engage your lower back muscles, lifting your lower back up, but rolling your pelvis forward. So keep your hips on the ground, but roll towards like a rolling pin, your tailbone and your sitting bones. Right, your feet might get a little bit light when you do that. And then as you exhale, very slowly observe a controlled release of your lower back muscles to bring you back to neutral, and observe neutral. And observe all the parts of your body that move with this. So as you inhale, you engage the lower back muscles right above the sacrum area and roll your hips forward like a rolling pin. So you're pressing your sitting bones and tailbone down, and observe how to release the muscles at the back of your neck. The neck will lengthen. And then as you exhale, you smoothly release the engagement, and there's no rush. You can take several breaths to do each move. You don't have to exactly coordinate the movement with the breath, but it's nice if you do. And then as you inhale again, you're going to arch your lower back and roll your hips forward, pressing the sitting bones, tailbone down, and allowing the back of the neck to lengthen. And then as you exhale, very slowly release, so you can feel what other parts of you have engaged to do it, and also what parts like quake or shimmy or drop off. So that's where you have some sensory motor amnesia, right? So observe that and roll the hips a few times like that. Inhale, rolling the hips forward. Adjust your feet if needed. So if your feet are too close to your buttocks, that might not be as good. So why don't you move your feet a little further from your buttocks and a little closer together. Yeah. And then maybe just take the heels a little bit out, so that it encourages that internal rotation, so you don't have to engage your inner thighs. And then inhale, you roll forward, arching the back. Right, and as you do that, the neck will pull in towards the chest, the chin, but not by engaging, right? Just release the muscles in the neck and the head. So they're very passive as you do this. And then you'll see how the chin pulls into the chest when you roll the hips forward. And then when you release that, it goes back to neutral. And observe how your neutral is changing each and every time you do this. So inhale, you arch. Engaging the back muscles, feel the engagement, that's the important thing, and then slowly release, and slowly, don't engage anything in the front, just release what engaged in the back. Remove the blanket when you get head for this, sorry, I forgot to mention. Unless you really need it, right? Arms a little bit away from the sides, palms up. Couple more times. Inhale, you engage the back muscles, and then you smoothly release, very, very slowly. And you don't engage the front, you just release the back. You engage and release. Don't push with your abdomen. Don't push into your feet, right? You're just focusing on your lower back, engaging, and then releasing. That's it, okay? So that you really get sensory motor control of the muscles, which is the major hinge of your body, is your pelvis, right? And there's complete sensory motor amnesia. You can't feel anything, you can't control anything, it's chronic tension. So this is what helps you reestablish a connection to your brain and those muscles Okay, we now pause and just observe neutral and be in neutral. And you can do this, several times, I mean, many, many, many times, right? And the idea is not to like strengthen a muscle, right? But it's to observe what contraction feels like and then slowly release out of contraction and feel the release of those muscles. It's about feeling, sensing and feeling. Okay, so then we do the opposite, which is flattening. So you take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you sink the lower belly down, like in the middle of a blender where that little hole sucks down towards the bottom. And when you do that, your hips roll back and your sitting bones and tailbone lift up a little, and you press the sacrum and lower back down. And then as you inhale, you smoothly release the engagement of your abdominal muscles. Don't engage your back, just release what you engaged in the front. And then observe that. Take a full breath in and out. Take your time, right? Take an inhale to prepare, and then as you exhale again, sink the lower belly. So that's called the transverse abdominis. So it's the muscles in between the hip points, right? They draw in towards each other and down towards the spine, sinking as you exhale, sinking, right? Sitting bones, tailbone curl up. And then as you inhale, you release that engagement. The breath moves into the belly and the hips roll back to neutral, and observe how neutral changes. And continue with this movement. So inhale to prepare, exhale, you sink the belly. And as you do that, you might feel the frontal hip points pull towards each other, which pulls the legs towards each other, unless you're hardening the legs so they won't move, right? And then sink the middle of the waist down as you're able, by the belly button. So you always start with the lower waist and allow whatever's holding on in the back body to release, like your buttocks, so your tailbone can curl up more. And then as you inhale, you slowly release whatever was engaging in the front, and continue to release the back as you do this. So you inhale, exhale, sink the waist, lower belly, maybe the knees pull in a little, middle belly by the belly button. And then you can even include the upper abdomen by the lower front ribs, which will really pull your shoulders off the ground. And if you relax your neck, your head will fall back. And then as you inhale, you smoothly release all that engagement and come back to neutral. Do this a few times. Relax your hands and fingers, so don't engage your thumbs. That's because you're trying to figure out what's happening, so you're hardening, right? Bring your feet a little closer together. That's too wide. Yeah. Okay, so inhale, the belly goes out, and then as you exhale, you sink the belly down, let your hips roll back, sink the middle belly and even the upper belly down into contraction. And when you really do that, your shoulders will lift a little and your head will fall back as you contract here. And then you slowly release all that contraction and come back to neutral. So you're trying to find just this, contracting the front and releasing the back. And that's it. And then just let that go. And come back to neutral and observe neutral. Yeah, so when you do that part, right, but don't push into your feet. What about this part? So you're going together, and when you do that, you'll have this happen. Yeah, and this pulse. Yes, and then slowly release out of that. Slowly, and observe the parts, right, that don't release, whatever, and try not to engage anything in the back, just in the front, right? And so this is how you come back to a really neutral torso, and then you can use your torso for movement, for freedom, and release all the holding in the torso, which is where our sensitive organs and spinal column are. So there's a lot of trauma in there. So then let's do our back and forth. Okay. So you inhale, engage your back muscles, rolling the pelvis forward, pressing the sitting bones down. As you exhale, you release the engagement of the back and just come to neutral and be in neutral. Observe neutral. Take a full breath in and out, and then prepare to flatten the opposite. Inhale, abdomen out. Exhale, sink the belly, the lower belly, the middle belly, and then if you can get the upper abdomen by the lower front ribs, it's like an abdominal crunch. The tailbone comes up, but you don't lift the head up. The shoulders lift up, but you let the head fall back. And then you smoothly release all that engagement on the front body as you inhale. Pause and neutral as you exhale, and observe. And then inhale and engage the back body, rolling the pelvis forward. You can even press the outer edge of the upper arms down and start to externally rotate your upper arms a little. So you really engage the back, and release the front in order to create freedom of movement. And then as you exhale, you release the muscles in the back without engaging anything in the front. Just release what was engaged in the back.
to prepare for the flat, when you inhale and as you exhale, you sink the lower belly, middle belly, upper belly, and release whatever's holding on in the front, in the back as you engage the front, right? And then you can feel how your shoulders want to curl up off the ground. And then smoothly release as you inhale. You just do that a couple of times. Relax your fingers and thumbs. Don't engage your hands, right? But try to move your torso. Yeah, okay, not much happening. So when you inhale an arch, it's this way with your arms, yes. They're arching, rolling here, so this activates all your back muscles. Now exhale, just release the back, don't engage the front, right? And make that more smooth and slow, right? Right, just relax your arms. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, sink the lower belly down. No, don't arch. Don't arch. Just inhale. Now you're gonna go to flatten. Inhale, belly out. Exhale, sink the belly down. Sink this and also this. And when you sink this happens, right? But you do it from here. Yes, and then you slowly release that. And everything comes back to neutral. So this comes as a consequence of this, right? See if you can start to feel that. Don't start from here, start from here. Exhale, sink, sink, sink here. Yes, and now smoothly release. Smoothly release. And don't push into your feet or anything like that to do it. Only use the abdomen. Okay? All right. And then go ahead and finish that up and come back to Shavasana. Come to Shavasana. It's a complicated movement only because we're so out of touch with those muscles, right? And also we're out of touch with slow movement. We only know how to do fast movement, right? And we don't know how to feel. We're not feeling, right? So we're too busy, we're adrenaline junkies, right? And what this does is bring us back out of fight, flight, freeze and into rest, digest. So then what happens is we're so whacked out in our nervous systems, we basically fall asleep, right? So it's a good practice. Okay, it's called somatics. And we're gonna have a somatics class starting in January on Thursday, 7:15 p.m. Just FYI. And it's really good stuff. And Gina is doing a workshop Sunday about it, just gonna do like next Sunday, and you can join it if you want. Because it really informs a healthy yoga practice, in my opinion. Because what we do is we're engage. So we're only, we're hyper engaging and we're not, and then we can get stretch. Where a vast majority of what we need to do is stop engaging. When we're engaging one part, stop engaging something else. That's restricting our movement. So go ahead and straighten your legs out. You must back into muscle. Yeah. Take a couple of breaths. And observe how you feel differently than when you first came into Shavasana. And if you're feeling more tension, it might be mental tension trying to figure it all out, expressing right in your body. Ideally, you feel more parts of your body touching the ground, so softer. Okay, and then we'll do a rigid wide movement. So when you're ready, again, bend your knees up one by one, and then widen your feet to the outer edges of the mat again, and turn your toes in like you're pigeon-toed. And let your knees fall together. Arms out to the side, palms up. Take a few breaths. Have your feet a comfortable distance from your body, not too close. You're not going up into bridge pose, right? What you're doing is resting your legs comfortably here. And not squeezing the inner thighs, but rather releasing the outer hips, the outer thighs, the buttocks. Right? So if the knees don't come together, that's okay. That's not the goal. Okay, the goal is to release the buttocks and broaden and soften the lower back and buttocks. So then go ahead and widen your knees apart and make your feet more parallel, but keep your feet wide to the outer edges of your mat. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, release your right knee into the midline. So it's internally rotating. And observe, don't force it down. Just observe what is allowed to release when you do this, and feel it at the level of your skin. That's where you can really feel things, is at the level of the skin, right? And then you can go below the skin slowly, like you have a microscope and you're slowly going in, okay?
And then inhaling, raise that leg up and come back to neutral. You can roll a little bit side to side on the sacrum and pelvis, so you can kind of find the neutral. Take a breath, and then again, as you exhale, slowly release the right leg in. Don't force it in. It's a release, not an engagement, right? And then allow your right hip to lift a little bit more off the ground and allow the front of your leg to lengthen. So your knee reaches more towards the skinny edge of the mat at the front. And observe the release of the skin and flesh at the front of the leg. And then as you inhale, bring that back up and come back to neutral and widen your knees a little so you release your inner thighs and adjust your pelvis. And then we'll do it again. So you slowly release the right leg in, internally rotating, slowly release. Don't just drop it quickly. And then letting that right hip lift off the ground, we'll reach that right knee towards the front edge of the mat by releasing. And then slowly release your left leg out to the side, adjust your foot. So you're on the outside edge of the left foot, inside edge of the right foot. And you're in a wide-legged windshield wiper. So release your left leg all the way down, slowly, slowly, release. Release the left inner thigh. Go ahead, go ahead. Keep going. Don't push the right leg down, Panya. Drop the left leg. No, the left leg. Yeah, that one. Keep going. Keep going with the left leg. Yeah. Don't try to push the right leg down. Yeah, be here and breathe. This leg. So this can be, yeah. There you go. Let that move. Okay. Let's remember a little while. Let that go. Okay. Marvelous. Yes. Yes. Good. And then inhale, slowly raise both your legs up and come back to neutral. Breath. So you adjust your feet, find the outside edges of the mat, right? Adjust your pelvis. You don't have to look, you can feel. Try to go inside and feel. And then dip the left leg in. And just see what can happen by your letting go of holding on rather than forcing it down. So it's a totally different mindset, right? Internal rotation of the left leg only. And then inhale, you lift that left leg up. And then you feel your hips move a little. Allow your hips to roll a little side to side. You don't have to harden everything so that only one thing moves when you're coming up, right? And your right leg will release a little bit. Try not to let it release too much. That's one thing we're trying to keep more neutral. So then as you exhale again, release the left leg into the midline. So that's that internal rotation. And then allow the left hip to come off the mat, which means you have to roll a little more towards the right buttocks, right? And elongate, observe the elongation of the top of the leg. So the knee reaches towards the skinny edge of the mat at the front. And you feel the release on the front body at the skin level and deeper. And then as you inhale, you raise that leg up and the hips roll back. You can roll a little bit side to side slowly and widen the knees. And then the last one, again, the left knee comes in, internally rotate it. You allow yourself to roll a little more to the right. So the left hip comes off the ground and reach that left leg towards the front edge of the mat, right? Without hardening the back body. And then slowly release the inner right leg down to complete the wide-legged windshield wiper. And observe that. Be there for a few breaths. And observe the release, right? Ideally. Yeah. So the whole body is allowed to be involved in the movement. Yeah. Yes, I know, it's a miracle. So this is your tensegrity, your system of ropes and pulleys is overly engaged, right? And that's what we all are, pretty much, you know? So this is training to allow movement, freedom of movement, and then inhale and slowly come back up. Lift the leg up. Come back to neutral and bring your feet a little closer, more like hip width distance, not towards your buttocks, towards each other. And then just watch here for a second. We're gonna add the arms, see if you can see me, open your eyes. So when your legs go to the right, you're gonna allow your head to release to the left. And then we're gonna start to explore externally rotating that arm. That's the wash rag of the arms, right? And then eventually, we'll also turn that opposite shoulder that you're looking away from, internal rotation, and that helps you release the neck. So that's the wash rag with the arms and the windshield wipers with the legs. We'll add on it slowly. Bring your feet a little closer to your buttocks, Graham. Good. Take a breath, and as you exhale,
allow your legs to release to the right. Relax your hands, Fran, don't extend your fingers, yeah. And take a pillow, take a little blanket under your head, if you can sit if you want. So as the legs release to the right completely, yeah, your hips go, yes, yes, Faina, yes. Now allow your head to release opposite of the legs. Graham, why don't you move just a little down? Yeah, so observe, and rather than willfully turning your head, what will your nervous system allow you to just release, right? Yes, don't turn, Faina, don't turn, just release. Yes, that's different. Observe that difference. Inhale slowly, raise your legs up. Don't use your arms yet. Yeah, raise your legs up slowly and go to the other side. It's a slow controlled release, legs to the left, head to the right. Don't turn the head, don't turn the head. Let the legs release and allow the head to release, even as the legs are releasing. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't. But see what your nervous system will allow to release rather than willfully turning. This is the idea. You getting it? Inhale, come up, and go to the other side. Explore this movement a few times. As you raise your legs up, you have to turn your head up, so that's active, right? And even the release is somewhat active, because it's a controlled release. Release the legs to the right, and allow the head, don't willfully turn it, but allow the head to release, opposite of the legs. That's your brain working. You're looking at your legs, don't look at your legs. Close your eyes. Yes, and allow, yes, and come up, and do it a few times on your own. And see what you can allow. And adjust your feet. You don't have to keep your feet glued. So Graham, your feet are too narrow. Widen your feet a bit more. Yeah, and your knees also. Yeah, your inner thighs. That's it. And continue. And don't extend your fingers, okay? Don't extend. Yeah. And continue. And have less blanket under your head. That's too high. Half of them. It's good. Yeah. Good. And you can adjust your feet if they're too close. And so, right? I'm going to read lots. The thing about it is like, since you put on Shavasana, once you start going, you'll never get up again. But that's okay too. We're coming on the holidays. Do you really need to like get yourself more amped up? Okay, I don't think so. Come on up and do the other side again. And then we're gonna start to add the arms. So as you release your legs to, well, actually everybody come back up so we're all on the same page, okay? And then we'll release the legs to the right, okay? Actually, release the legs to the left, sorry. And as you release the legs to the left, let the head release to the right. And then observe your right shoulder is probably right up into your ear. So then you lift your shoulder off the ground. So your shoulder blade comes off the mat. Draw the shoulder blade down the back, lifting the elbow. Turn that upper arm, turn the whole arm into external rotation. So your hand faces the back wall above your head. And let your head release. See how it releases your neck more? Can anyone feel that? Yes. Yes. Slowly release your right arm down. Inhale, raise your legs up and your head. Release your legs to the right. The head will release to the left. Your hips will, roll right. You're on the outer right hip. The left hip comes off the ground. You're looking to the left. You feel that left shoulder all the way up to the ear. Lift that shoulder up. So the shoulder blade comes off the mat. Draw the shoulder blade down and externally rotate that arm. So the elbow points up. The hand points to the back wall, and observe how you can release the head more and not to harden the ribs. And then release that left arm and come back to neutral. So explore just that much a few times on your own. Okay, so just one arm. Okay, so it's not about holding it and developing strength or doing an asana. This is not doing asana. This is learning how to stop over engaging. Okay, all right. So as your legs release to one side, your head releases the other side. Just doing one arm, external rotation. So you lift the shoulder, you take the shoulder blade down the back, and as you turn, the entire arm is active, right? This one's active. Then you slowly release the arm and raise the legs up. That becomes active and change sides, okay? So just explore that external rotation of the top arm. So as you release the leg to one side, the hips, the head releases the opposite way, right? Then you lift that shoulder and bring that shoulder blade down the back and turn that arm. That's engagement. Wrap that arm and observe how that creates space for your neck. Yes. And then release and do that on the other side. And then if you're feeling it, you can add the internally rotated arm as well, right? So as your legs go to the left and you turn the right arm out,
Then you lift the left shoulder and turn the left shoulder in towards the chest and turn the palm either down or also towards the head. And then that even adds more release. So it's kind of like you're skipping side to side, you know? So stay there for a minute. And then you can also add this arm. Right? So the opposite hip and shoulder go towards each other, and then they slowly release away from each other as you come on, right? And then see if you can find that with less and less effort. Unwind yourself, right? Okay. Good. So forget this arm, forget this arm. This arm, not the externally rotated. Yeah. Get that down first. Okay. And then when you've had enough, you come back. And then come back to Shavasana. Okay? So it takes some time to figure this out. And the idea is that as you go, it's less and less effortful, more and more playful movement. So it's not about holding it, right? You're not holding, it's not an asana, it's movement, right? I mean, you're gonna explore it a moment and then slowly release out of it. And then it becomes a joyful, playful movement where you feel like you're killing it, right? Instead of an old lady. Or an old bag of bones. Okay, or an old man, okay. And then extend your legs and rest to Shavasana. Because we do get tight, right? We stop moving joyfully, playfully, and naturally. So this is about getting your body like a wiggle. Okay, now rest in Shavasana. Couple of breaths, and when you come into Shavasana, observe your alignment. You may need to adjust your hips, your arms, your legs. You may need support, you may not, but see what it is. With curiosity, right? Joyful, playful curiosity. And sensing and feeling. And if you don't have enough room, adjust yourself, right? Adjust where your mat is and your props and this and that. Susan, maybe move a little towards Faina and down away from, or whatever. Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna come up, bend your knees one by one, and we're gonna be rolling through this. Okay, so you're staying on your back, arms along your sides, palms up. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you sink your lower belly down, just like flatten, and observe how your hips roll back, tailbone comes up. Then you engage your butt and legs, hamstrings to the sitting bones, lift the tailbone up, and slowly lift your vertebrae of your spinal column up off the mat one by one. And don't try to go as high as you can, ever, the first attempt, ever. And then you slowly, like you have a chain link necklace, you're laying each chain back down on the mat one by one, coming down. Elongate the lower back, and then you release the pelvis and let the hips rock forward. Okay, you can do that a few times. Let your arms be a little closer to your sides now. Yeah. And then take an inhale, exhale, sink the belly, tailbone lifts up, and then you start to slowly engage the butt and legs and lift your buttocks up, bridge, right? Slowly, lift it, slowly. Buttocks first, right? And move it a little towards the knees as you lift it up. So you elongate and try to lift one vertebrae up the mat at a time, like a chain link necklace or a strand of pearls. And then slowly coming down from the top to the bottom when you reach your comfortable maximum, lay your chain link necklace or your slowly, especially at the very end, and then release the hips forward. Move your feet a little more forward. Don't be so close to your buttocks. Bring your feet closer together, Fernanda. Wider feet round, a little further from your buttocks. Yeah. So it's comfortable, right? It's not like a big deal. Go up slowly. Do this a few times. Sink the waist. Roll the outer legs to the inner feet. Yeah, maybe it's a little too far from your buttocks now. But it's okay. You don't have to adjust it while you're doing that, right? Yeah, and each time you might go a little higher, which is great, right? But then, again, keep the hips up and take the chest down and sink down one vertebrae at a time, starting from the top. Yes, it's like flatten, right? Yeah, slowly release that chain link necklace and elongate the lower back. Keep the tailbone up to the very end. And then, yes, slowly release the hips. Good. And then we'll just add the arms. So bring your arms along your sides. And then again, so the palms are down and you're right along the side of the body. As you exhale, you sink the hips, the lower belly down. So the tailbone and sitting bones lift. And as your hips start to come off the ground and you're pressing into your feet, go ahead and lift your arms up as well. Take your arms all the way up over your head. So your palms face the ceiling, right? And then maintain the lift of the hips and start to bring your arms down. And then when you get towards your armpit chest area, then you lower your arms and you, again, elongate your spine. And release vertebra by vertebra, and then release the pelvis and come back to the natural curve in your lower back.
And you can do that a few times. So you're coordinating your arms with the movements with a little more sophisticated. So you're trying to get your arms to touch the ground at the same time as your hips. Coming up is easier. Lift your hips, come on, lift your hips, 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 come on, lift. So take the arms all the way on the ground, behind your, alongside your ears. Hips up, higher, higher. Yes, come on, lift your hips, Ina, lift, yes. Now start to bring your arms down. Don't lower your hips, just your arms. Lift your arms up. Keep your hips up. Keep your hips up. Keep your hips up. Keep your hips up. Keep going with your arms. Keep going with your arms. Keep your hips up. Keep going with your arms. Now start to lower your torso and your arms at the same time and make it connected. And when you come down, palms down, Paina. So the arms don't turn direction. Keep your palms down. And when you go up, they just stay like that. Go ahead. Go up again. Go up again. Palms stay just like that. Hips, hips, hips. Come on, lift your hips at the same time. Lift your hips higher, 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 as high as you can, arms on the ground, keep your hips up, start to move your arms, not your hips, just your arms, go, 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 go. And keep going, really like here, start to lower your upper back down, and your arms, at the same time, your arm, yes. I know, it's a little sophisticated, good, one more time. Stay on the inner edges of your feet, Fernanda, don't roll to the outer edges of your feet, bring your feet closer together, Fernanda, yes. That's a little too, there, okay. One more time. Yeah, so it's playful movement, but it's a little more sophisticated, right? Arms move faster, yeah, good. Good. And then not to pull your arms down so much. See how you're pulling your shoulders too much? Yeah, so you start to get a little bit more coordinated and understand a playful symmetry of movement where it's engaging and release simultaneously. Okay, and then when you've had enough, come back and rest in Shavasana, a couple of rests. Make sure there's enough space behind you to extend your arms overhead. And for those bridges, always take the blanket out from under your neck. When you're rolling up to the back of the neck, you don't want to have a blanket pushing your chin up into your chest. And you don't need me to remind you every single time, ideally, of things like this. You start to figure it out and do those things that you need for yourself so that you can protect yourself, especially when you're doing your own practice or other classes, but also, you know, if you start to incorporate these things, then you can get the next thing and the next thing. But if you always rely on the teacher's instruction for everything, you don't get it, right, in your own body. So turn your palms up when in Shavasana every single time, and don't extend your fingers, right? And make space for your armpits and your chest, and make space for your legs and your pelvis. And so you're like a tortoise coming out of its shell. So when I started first learning yoga, it was Shivananda style. I did it for 12 years. We did a lot of Shavasana in between every single pose, and beginning and ending and everything. And you really learn how to relax. So David Swenson is a big Ashtanga teacher, and his brother is Doug Swenson. And he's did a Shivananda first and then Ashtanga, and he called it the soft yoga and then the hard yoga. And it's good to combine these two for balance. I mean, that's what yoga is about, is balance. Okay, now alternating knees to chest.
Bring your legs together alongside, so your feet and legs together, bend your elbows alongside your rib cage, just like you would do for bridge pose, palms face each other, just so you can lift your chest and draw your shoulder blades a little down your back. And then extend your arms along your sides and turn your knees and flex your feet and firm your elbow joints. And then inhale, take your arms up over your head so that your thumbs touch the ground, palms face each other, fingers extend. And then as you exhale, sink your lower front ribs to your lower back ribs, so that's your upper abdomen, and that will help you lift your arms up. And then you bend your right knee, interlace your fingers, hold your shin just below your knee. And if you can't hold there, hold behind the knee. And then soften the hip flexors, the inner groin, the outer hip, the top of the hip crease. And just hold and create the tension between your arms and your leg, just relaxed, right? And then as you exhale, you sink the waist like flatten and allow the top of your buttocks to move down towards the sitting bones and tailbone. So you're rolling your hips back, and then let your right sitting bone curl up along the back of the right thigh towards the back of the knee as you draw the knee up towards the head and in towards the chest. And then you inhale and extend arms and legs. And so line up the inseam of the feet and legs, Supta Tadasana. Exhale, sink the ribs to lift the arms and bend the left knee, and do it effortlessly as possible. Right, relax the left leg, keep the right leg as in Tadasana. And then as you exhale, you sink your waist towards flatten, so your hips roll back, and your left sitting bone travels along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee, as you pull the knee up towards the head side and then towards the chest and pressing the leg. And then continue and alternate your legs and do this a few times. And try to find release as much as you can. And when you take your arms overhead, the arms are straight, the elbows are always straight, they're never bent. So we're gonna move a little more to the middle of the room, coming down away from that. And move the blanket above your head if you're touching, yeah. Remember, you can always move your stuff, and, right? You're not glued to a certain situation. We're gonna move your legs a little to the left, or a little off tilt. Yeah, there you go. Good, and then exhale, bend your right knee and hug your right knee, arms straight as they come to touch the knee, straight elbows. So you're practicing straight elbows, right? Whenever you're moving your arms, and then you hold, and of course you bend, right? So it's not staying there. And when you hold, you're holding right, interlace your feet, yeah, never mind. Okay. So just let the tension of the arms holding the leg do the work, and then elongate the back of the neck once you have the, yeah, more. Elongate the back of the neck more. Yes, that much, and look down, not up. If you look up, you're hardening these muscles, right? You want to release those muscles and look down here into your heart center. Relax, good. Now inhale, belly out. Exhale, sink the waist. No, don't pull the leg. Exhale, sink the waist. Yeah, and as you sink the waist, that creates freedom of movement, right? So you're learning to explore the release as opposed to always the hard. Don't go. For the rest of your life. Okay, and when the bent knee foot is relaxed to encourage that softening. Right, and you're trying to direct the knee straight back. Right? Yeah. So you're keeping a little engaged. Yeah. Okay, one more time on each leg, finish on your left leg, where you're coming overhead. And then you second and roll your arms back down to your sides. Okay. So you're exploring release. Yes, there is some engagement, right, of pulling the leg a little bit, but you're the engagement of the straight leg, right? Without hardening the foot, but just extending that whole front of the leg. Yeah, and then when you finish, rest in Shavasana. There. So this could be a great yoga practice for you at home, right? To explore and play. And relax your nervous system. It's not always about hard, tight abs, right? In fact, that's not, in yoga, that's not even the point, right? You want an abdomen that you can use and then release. And when you contract the abdomen, you're able to release the back muscles to create more freedom of movement and vice versa. When you're going to a back bend, you're contracting the back and releasing the front. And then the muscles come back to neutral so you can stand in your tensegrity easily in space, right? And not always be tense at the time you sit, stand, move. And don't breathe. So God forbid to take these steps. Good. And then bend your knees and roll over to your side and take a breath and come up, and we'll do some friendly rolling. Take a moment, spend a long time on the back, almost an hour. Almost an hour. Yep. Yeah, 50 minutes. 50 minutes on the back. Okay. Take your time coming up. Okay. Are you still with me? How's your nervous system? Great. Good. More relaxed. Yeah. Good. Come all the way to the front of your mat, and you can tuck the blanket a little bit back so your feet can land on the ground here. Okay. And then watch. So, and remove so no head blanket, okay? And then when you roll, like we did Monday, right? So you're like a little ball, so you have to, it's more Latin, right? It's contraction of the front, release of the back, okay? And then you're working a little bit on lifting your hips up as you're able, okay? Gotta do that a few times. And play a little bit. So remember the back, if you're following, look here, if you're going, all of your vertebrae in your back are going, I cannot move. So that's why we did that rolling bridge, right? So it's round. Stay round the whole time and go, especially in the lower back. Yes, much better.
I now have a question.
Yes.
is it easier to breathe in when you're rolling back?
Exhale when you roll back, inhale when you come up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yes, Fernanda. Keep going. Yes. Ooh, empathy. And you may want to wonder, you may want to move your mat a little more into the little room, because you don't want to hit the wall behind you, for sure, okay? Then the next one, as you're ready, you're gonna work on, so you have to get this lift of the hips in order to get the next thing, right? So the hips have to come up over the shoulders, and then you reach your legs back towards Halasana, and your arms as well. But if you don't get the lift of the hips, it's like, it's an inversion. Hips up over the shoulders is always an inversion, right? It's an upside down pose. And you have to be able to do that to get up into headstand, or shoulder stand, any kind of inversion, right? So you're rolling in place. Don't worry, you're not holding a pose. It's not gonna affect your blood pressure. Maybe make it better, okay? But if you get dizzy, you can stop and breathe, right? But as you're able, you bring your arms back. And you, yes, Brandon. Good. Keep on keeping on. Yes. All the way back. Yes, Fernanda. Come a little more forward on your mat. So your buttocks is at the front. More. Feet are off the mat. Yeah. Now go. Now you're not gonna hit. You don't have to worry about that wall behind you. Yes. Good. Yeah, you have to use a little abdominal strength and release the back. And release the back. Yeah, and release. So if the straight legs is not healthy for your back, stay bent knees. Just bend the knees the whole time. Just stay back. Oh, that's where you feel it, like. Yeah, you go like, oh my God. Yeah, that's how we discover. It's not. Okay. All right, so now you go to Paschimottanasana as you're able, right? So you're Halasana. Paschimottanasana. You don't have to go in with straight legs. You can go in bent knees, okay? That. Okay, like that. Yes, Faina. Keep it on. Yes, good. Go, Brand, go. Move your blanket more forward. Yes, so it's all the way to the front edge of the mat, and then you step. Yes. And good. Keep it up. Okay. Good. Whoa, oh, very good. Stay bent. Stay bent. Right? Just stay with your knees bent. Forget everything else. Okay. Couple of breaths. Good. So now I'll show you the next one. You can try it. So you're gonna roll back. You come here. And you go to Navasana, right? And then you can go to Paschimottanasana. You can go to Navasana. You can do bent legs or straight legs. Then you do Navasana. Navasana. Paschimottanasana. Navasana. Okay, you can play around. Let me see you do it. Yes. Good. And then go, no, go all the way forward then. Yes, and then come back up, see if you can hold Navasana, brief moment on the way to both sides.
All right.
Both. Yes, Fernanda, yes, you can do straight legs or bent knees. Yeah, well, when you go to Halasana, take your arms back too. Yeah, go back to Halasana, Fernanda, go all the way back. Roll back, take your arms, yes, and then come back up, Navasana, go to Paschimottanasana, all the way, all the way. Yes, go back to Navasana. Oh, Halasana, yes, good, yes, show me, yes. Okay, good. Yes, Fernanda, good, okay. Isn't that fun? Yeah. That's kind of interesting. Now, hold your legs like this. You can back a little, and now you have to arch your back, right? So you're gonna lift your feet off the ground, hold behind your knees, lift your legs up, point your toes, don't flex. Yeah, lift your chest, lean back a little in your chest, squeeze your legs together, extend your arms. Yes, and then extend your leg. Yes, good, and then bend your knees. Good, now take your belt. So now we'll do it with the belt. So that's Navasana, okay? So with the belt, you have one of these big clip belts, right? And then you're gonna open it up to a big loop. And then you have to have a little space for the tail so that you can pull the tail, okay? And then you wanna have the tail, if you're right-handed, in your right hand like this, you take the belt behind you. And then you're going to move the clip so it's close to your right hand. You hold it in your right hand. Bend your knees and then put the belt around the soles of your feet like this. And then see how the tail is? I can pull it towards me to tighten, right? And this part is right up under the armpits, right up under the armpits. And then you straighten the legs, lift the chest, arch the lower back a little, and then you can extend the arms here. So Tony, go a little bit wider so your toes will come down just a little bit more because your legs are longer than your torso and it's making you roll back. So your leg needs to be lower, which means you need to loosen your belt just a little. So how do you loosen it? Right? So here's loose, here's tight. Here's loose, here's tight. Yeah, you have to create a little slack. Yes. Yes. Okay, and then you can see, you can adjust. Yeah, that's better. Now lift the chest. Yes, Emily, use your feet to be a little lower too. Toes in line with eyes. Yes. We're trying to do it instead of bend knees, like this. Bend knees, like that. Yes, that's better. And come forward. If you roll back, you're gonna hit your head on the wall. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. So look here, Diana. Armpit chest up, armpit chest up. Any, yes. Now point your feet just a little bit. Point your feet. Point. Yes. Firm your kneecaps. Yes. Extend your arms. Yes. That's beautiful. Good. Graham, you stay bent. Just stay bent with your knees. Shorten your belt. Stay bent. You know, so you're like this. Yes. And lift your chest and extend your arms like that. Yes. Come on, extend your arms, Fernandez. Firm elbows. Yes. Good. All right. Release. Very good. So now we're going to do the Supta Pradana Shasana with belt. Okay. Oh, should we do headstand again? Sure. Okay. We have time. I was going to try out in pigeon, but that's not happening. So for headstand, let us move the blanket. Okay. And we're doing it in the middle of the room, so just up and down. And even if you have issues, you can try this, you know, okay? So the first thing is a push-up. It's a dolphin push-up, right? So it's like down dog. Okay, so it's similar to the shape of Navasana, what we just did, okay? So you lift your buttocks up off your heels. So you're on your hands and knees, like this, hands and knees, hands and knees. Yeah, then take your elbows down. So your elbows come right under your shoulders. Then weapons together, interlace your fingers. Extend the pinky side of the hand and press the wrists and forearm. And do not widen the elbows, Graham. Okay. Now press the forearm down. So look here, look at me. You want your elbows, look at me, sit back on your knees, sit back on your knees. Elbows, not like this, that's not a triangle, that's like a tooth, I guess, right? You want this equilateral triangle, right? So when you bring your elbows down, they're gonna come under your shoulders, then you don't move them, okay? You don't wanna be too narrow, right? You don't wanna be towards your armpits, more towards the outer edge of your shoulders, okay? So come onto your hands and knees. Bring your elbows down right under your shoulders and do not move them. Okay, keep your elbows where they are, but move, so you have to lift your forearms off the ground a little to bring your interlace webbings together. So look at me, Graham. Yeah, you can lift your forearms up. Just keep your elbows where they are. Interlace your fingers, then put your hands down. And extend the pinky side of the hand so the pinky side of the wrist is down. Press the forearms down strongly. And then release your head. It doesn't touch the ground, it's just hanging. Look back at your feet. Curl your toes under. Draw your outer heels in. Press into the balls of the feet. Lift your knees up, just like in downward facing dog. And push down into your hands and forward. Sorry, down and forward into your forearm. Take your chest towards your thighs. And you can breathe. Heels are up. Yes. So move your chest, Vaina, towards your knees. Yes. And keep lifting it that much and more. And take your shoulder blades to the outer edges of the back. Don't pinch your shoulder blades together. Yes, broaden your shoulder blades. More, Fernanda. More. Yeah, and keep moving don't move, move your chest towards your knees. And lift your heels, any amount. Heels up. Yes. So the buttocks, stick the buttock out. Stick the buttocks up. Yes, good. Lean back a little, Fernanda. Towards the back of the knee. Yes, good. Head is off the ground. Head is off the ground. It's down up. Yes, good. Okay, so come down and rest. I'm going to do it again. And you can try walking in, but when you walk in, don't move your shoulders. Your shoulders have to move towards your thighs, not away from you. Move back. Let's move your mat forward. Okay. Yeah. Stay back there and do it again with your feet on the mat, feet on the mat. Come on. But I need space to sit here. Yeah. Now you're gonna do it again. So Matt, Graham, yeah, come down. Move your mat way into the middle of the room and then come back and then go ahead and come up again. So I'm gonna lift, yeah, that's not there. You see this, everybody, can you see? So I want you to do this, not what you normally do. Come towards me. Come towards me with your chest. See, this is, she needs to go here, keeping the elbows down.
Oh.
You see what I'm doing? The center of the body has to lift, right, as you move the shoulders and forearms down. Yes, that's how much lift I'm talking about. Then eventually you do that with the head down. You're not gonna get as much lift, right? Try it again. We're gonna move back. I need you to sit on your mat. Put your feet all the way to the back of your mat, all the way. Okay, good. All right. Good, and go through again. Fernando too. Yeah, but I need to sit on your mat, so. Go back a little. Your mat is so small, okay. Keep your feet on the mat, keep your feet on the mat. Bring your hands here, head here. Good. Down, go. Yes, yes, Tony, see, now she's finding. You see that?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Good, elbows are a little too wide. Elbows are too wide, yeah. No, that, come up. Yes, stay there and breathe. That's it. I'm gonna do this for you. Oh, God, lift your butt, stick it out. Yes. Drop your head. Don't have your toes in your neck. Yes. Yes. Drop your head. Yes. Yes. Lift your butt. Stick it out. Go round. Arch your lower back. Arch your lower back. And lift your buttocks. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Wow, what a difference. Stay there. Don't come towards me. Move away from me. I'm gonna remove my feet. Don't move towards me. Move away from me. Yes. Yes.
Good job.
Good. Now, good.
I'm used to that.
Okay, so it's really using your body in a totally different way. than
Right.
it used to.
Yeah.
Okay, now watch. Okay, so now we won't do the push up, right? You're gonna walk in, and see how the shoulders collapse? Do you see that? So you have to lift them again, right? And then you'll take one leg up and I'll help you. Okay, and then watch how I come down, Graham. One leg, so this is my flexibility. Now watch my waist. I fold, and then the other leg. That's the idea. Okay, easier said than done. So anybody who wants to lift, you can try that, okay? Otherwise, you just keep your head off the ground and work on one leg up on your own. Okay, so go ahead, one more time. Anybody who wants to walk in, if you have a headstand practice, yes, of course, you're in your headstand. Beautiful. Yeah, so Susan, move way back so I can get in there. Move way back, move way back, move way back, yes. So instead of doing it that way, do it the way you just did. Come up, down dog.
Oh.
Head off the ground, yes. Get that lift. Remember that as you walk forward and bring your head down. Bring your head down. Now lift your shoulders again. Yes, yes, yes. Lift your shoulders, lift, yeah. Now lift one leg. Good. Good. Feet together. Good, firm buttocks. Good, lift your shoulders, firm buttocks. Don't hang back to me. Move your buttocks towards the rope wall. Towards the rope wall. Buttocks, move your buttocks. Yes. Yes, firm your legs, squeeze your legs together. Lift your shoulders. Buttocks is moving to me. Buttocks towards the rope wall. Legs. Legs. There you go. Good. You need me?
Nope.
Okay. Good, Tony. Hey, who's next? Who wants to come up?
That's nice.
Yes, okay. Go ahead, lift up to down dog. Don't bring the head yet. Just lift your hips up. Hips up, drop your head, relax your neck. Yes, walk in and then bring the head down. You lift to the shoulders, head down, head on the ground, one leg up. Good. Straight legs, both legs straight. Good. Yes, thighs back. Yes, as you move the buttocks forward. Thighs back, legs forward. Turn the legs, squeeze the legs, turn the hip, lift the shoulders up, lift the shoulder blade.
Here, up, yeah, here, up, good, there, up, lift, lift there, yeah, good. Ready? Don't be in so, no, straight leg, then come down, don't be in a rush to bend the knees, but then you train and collapse it, don't train and collapse, it. Move back more, man. Move back, move back, move back, okay. Are you coming up? Okay, good up, good, yes, walk in, walk towards your elbows, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, bring your head into your hands, head forward, Grant, no, towards me, yes. Your elbows got really wide, stop doing that, yeah. Stay there, don't come up. I know, lift your butt, stick your butt out, stick your butt out, stick your butt up towards the ceiling, lift the, yes. Okay, now bring the head forward to me, bring the head towards me, no, that's your shoulders, find your head. Here's your head. Lift the shoulders, lift, no, don't mind your elbow. Yes, maintain that lift, maintain that lift, good, one leg up, slowly. Straight leg, straight leg. Good, other leg, good. Firm legs, firm buttocks. Okay, one leg down, one leg. Pull from your waist, find your waist, where's your waist? Okay, one leg down. There, okay, great. Okay. Rest in child's pose. Good. You want it? Okay. Move back, 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 okay, go. All right, now rest in child's pose, then down dog, and then Uttanasana. Good. Yeah, good, lift your hips, come on, lift your hips, good. Relax your hips, bring your hips down. Down, lift your shoulders up, lift your shoulders up, lift her. No, don't lift, move this, yeah, head down. Up. Stick your butt out. Yes, more. Move, no, don't walk in, walk back more, walk away, yes, stay lifted. Walk back towards the rope wall, walk back, elbows in, walk back towards the rope wall, lift here where I'm lifting you, lift it, yes. Don't walk towards me, stop walking towards me, walk away from me. Yes, lift your heels, yes, lift your buttocks and arch your back. Arch here, this is round, arch, yes, better, good, lift one leg up. Straight leg, flex the foot, roll the thigh in, come on, good. 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 Buttocks forward, yes. Yeah, your elbows got all long feet. Good, okay, rest in child, it's good. Okay,
This is good practice. Shoulder stand, same thing, same base.
well, yeah, it's slightly different, that rolling is for shoulder stand, I want to get you guys into shoulder stand too.
I'm not saying like, I meant when this pose, where you go up on without your head on.
No,
What is that page?
headstand.
Okay.
Good
No,
job.
no, without your head on.
Yeah, but it's practice for headstand, it's practice for headstand and pinch.
No, I can't do pinch it, but I can do headset, so I'm just wondering if it's a good preparation.
For pinch it, yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I thought you said shoulder stand.
No, I did it wrong. I did say. It.
Oh, okay. You had forearm.
Yes. they do.
Okay, yeah, so now, we're gonna do Supta Padangusthasana with the belt, okay? When you're done resting from your headstand. So headstand rest counter pose is child pose, down dog, release your neck, and Uttanasana, standing forward bend, also release your neck and back, okay? So now we're gonna do Supta Padangusthasana with the belt, same way we did Monday. So open your blanket, so it's nice and soft and warm. You should be feeling warmer, I think. Okay, good. So it's nice to start soft, right? I know, I can feel like exactly what I'm trying to tell you. If we hold ourselves back by our attention and talents and everything, and then what we do is pound our yoga deeper into our patterns. So it becomes worse instead of better. Even though it feels good, all of you. So now, same opening of the belt. Remember, you're gonna have something under your hips, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is just both legs up. And you still want that tail coming down to the right? And you still want this under your shoulder blade area. And find a little that way. Yeah, so to the tail, so I've got the belt under my upper back, right under my armpits. Then I bend the knees, bring the feet in the belt, pull the tail down. So just like we did with Navasana, right? Except we're upside down, right? And the legs are perpendicular. That's the first bit.
Greg, hold that blanket in half. Come out. Hold that blanket in half,
This one?
yes. Hold it in half the other way. And turn it the other way. Okay, like that. No, the long edge. Like that, yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you lie down, you're gonna put your hips on that.
Okay.
Squarely. Now, bend your knees and use your elbows to lie down. Yeah. And lie all the way down. There you go. Okay? Now you take that around the back. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so, this is not perpendicular. So you need to adjust this, okay? And then move this more up under your shoulder blades. Yes, there you go. Good. Yeah, there you go. How's that? Good. Okay, firm your waist a little. You still have to sink your waist. Okay, turn your palms up. Relax your jaw. Sink your waist. Every exhale. So every exhale you sink, right? And you maintain that as you inhale, because you don't need to push your belly down. You can breathe. Your diaphragm only moves down an inch when you breathe, so you can still move your upper abdomen, but keep the sides of the waist down and your lower belly towards the spine. Yeah, and breathe. Firm your knees. Good. So you start to finesse how to use your core strength, right? Bend your knees. Okay. Keep this in your head. Better. Good. Yep, you don't need to use your arms around to relax your arm. A little too tight, maybe you need a little. Oh, that's, it's actually, it's, this is, oh, so that's. We're gonna take it over. Good, and the energy, relax. Turn your palms up. You wait till the jaw and your goes up. Relax your fingers. Good. Okay? You need a longer belt. You need to connect your belt to you. Emily, you can be a little closer to your bedside with your legs. Also Susan. a little closer.
Really?
Yep. Oh. Behind.
Okay, it was over there.
Bend your knees a little further. Let's see, a little more slack. And push both the thighs away from you. So you have a tendency to hike one hip up, roll that one more down. Yes. So both sitting bones point down. Yeah. So you kind of start to observe that. Bend your knees. I'm just gonna give you a little more slack. Right up. And this, roll this. Yes, Farina. Can you feel that? Good. Okay, then you take your left leg out and extend your left leg on the ground, keeping the right leg up. Yep. Now you have to take the blanket out from under your hips. Yeah. There you go. That's it. Good. So again, you can adjust the belt, right, as needed, each and every time. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a little closer to you, maybe. Is that okay? Yeah, so the left leg is in Tadasana, right? But you don't have to harden the foot. It's generally not helpful to harden the foot. But roll the inseam of the leg down, so your leg stays straight as in Tadasana. And then roll the outer right hip and thigh away from you. Yes, can you feel that? How that releases your lower back? And that's your quadratus lumborum hiking up there, your hip hikers. Yes. So, and you can also inject the left leg a little bit into the hip socket to help roll that outer right thigh in. You have to pay attention there. Most of us, the right leg is the tight hip. Not everyone, it's the left. A little bit of flex. Yeah. Roll that outer right hip and thigh away. Yes. Don't flex. You don't need that. Don't point. Just relax. Yes. And then roll this away. Yes. Okay. Like that. Yes. Okay. Good. You might bend this knee. Good. And then straighten this up. You keep this from rolling in. Yeah, I think that's better for you. Okay, maintain a bend knee instead. Relax, head down. Arm down to the side. Yeah, that's it. Breathe. Keep your eyes open so you're paying attention and tuck your chin and look Yes, good. Then you change legs, okay, bend your knees. Take the left leg in, send the right leg down. And if you're very tight, you keep your right knee bent. Okay, and then your right leg, you roll to the inseam of the right leg, don't harden the foot. Extend the front of that leg as well as the back. And then roll the outer left hip and thigh away from your torso and inject the right leg up into the hip socket a little bit. Find that evenness of your sit bones. Be there and breathe. Loosen it a little. It's too tight. Bend your knee a little. And loosen.
Loosen the belt.
Bend your knee more. Okay, try that. Okay, now roll this hip and thigh. Roll this out look like this. And that, yeah. That.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah.
You do that. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for you, it's this hip for sure, right? So this has to go here, and as you do that, do this, and that will help you find that evenness, okay? And that's what's causing your back pain, that's your hip hike, it's here, hiking up, so you have to resist that here, okay? Yes. And you can loosen the belt a little, if it's tighter on this side. Yes. Try to keep your buttocks on the ground, yes. Okay?
Mhm.
That's important. Good. Hands don't have to hold the belt, please. Good. Yes, every time you exhale, sink your waist. And then maintain that as you inhale. Right, sink here. Yes, don't push that. Yes, exhale, sink. Yes, inhale more here, here, not here. Your diaphragm is here, you don't have to lift this when you breathe. Yes, good, okay? Yes. Good, okay? Straight. Yes. Good hiker. Good, okay, change, bend your legs, change. So then it's out to the side with the right leg. So your left leg is straight. Or just repeat this if it's too much to go out to the side, right? You can just repeat this, Grant. Don't go out to the side. Just repeat this. Yeah, just repeat this. Others go out to the side. You can't do it with the other leg bent. No. Just come on. Just stay here. And keep working on this. That's enough. Yeah, that's enough for you. And use less effort and don't hold out. You need to, right? Now relax and breathe and look at me for a second and just keep breathing and relaxing as you look at me and think for a little bit. So. You're gonna push the big toe mound up into the belt, yes, like that, good, okay, and then maintain that, yeah, you okay there?
Mhm.
Be there and breathe, that's the word, okay? Try to relax and exhale, sink your waist and buttocks down, don't lift your buttocks up. Okay, so we drop this down, all the way. Hold. Okay? Yes. Okay, good, yes. So as your leg goes out, extend your arms out to the side, right? And turn your hips and waist to the right as your leg goes to the left. Keep your head centered. And your head back to the right. More. Yes. So you have to, it's abdominal, right? Even though you've got the belt helping you. Okay? Yes. Good. Yeah, and you can adjust where the belt lands on the breast, obviously. Right? Yes, good, and then you inhale, come up. And change legs, so. Don't go, keep the belt right above your armpits as much as you can, go higher with the belt, you can bend both your knees, yes, there you go. Then you go right back to supine one, first you extend your left leg, then you extend your right leg, and you observe, roll that outer left hip, and then no. No, don't go from here. Then here. Now, extend your arms a little more, palms up, arms out to the side, up, yeah, there you go. Now, as you go, slowly. Observe that release of your inner leg, right, and you have to turn the hips and the pelvis and the waist to the left, yes, to the right, yeah. And that's enough, you don't have to go more than that. Right, and see how this is falling all the way in. That's okay. Okay, you're right there. Breathe. Good. Okay, Tony?
Yeah.
It's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you only want your leg to go the level of your hip, right? You don't need to go very high. Or maybe a little higher, is okay. But think more about going out to the side. Okay? Good, good, good. Good. Roll this hip here. Yes. Now. And no, that's not helping. This stays down. This has to activate and this has to release. Yeah. Arms too high. Head stays centered. Turn your waist, turn your ribs, stay in Tadasana. Yes, there you go. Yeah. Good. And then you come back up. Bend your knees, change legs. You twist.
Yes, Emily got it. Now she's like, I'm never leaving.
Yeah, so good, and you get it.
I know, it does. So again, inject the left leg, roll the outer right to the thigh away, do that every single time. Now, but lower your arms a little so your shoulders aren't lifting to your ears. And then you can go across the body. And you're only going, keeping your left leg in Tadasana. Right hip on the ground. And just be there and breathe. Roll that left leg in, maintain Tadasana, that's, don't hurt the top. Yeah. Roll the outer right hip and thigh away. Yes, so it's like, probably two Trikonasana. You extend your, turn your palms up. And open your chest, yes, please. Lift your head. Yeah, good, and relax. Very well. Good. That's it. Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, that was turning in. Yeah, and you try to not drop the leg onto the other leg. Yeah, even as you go. Lift the inner thigh up a little. Don't collapse, just like in Parvati Trikonasana. Yeah, try this one now. Good, then. Straighten this leg now. Good. And go across this way. Yes. Good. Extend your arms a little higher up. Yes. And be there and breathe. Good. Sorry. And continue to roll this leg into internal rotation. Yes. That's enough. Just enough. Yes. Good. And you come back up and change legs. Do that on the other side. Straight legs, both legs straight. This side's got to side, not turn. That side. So that's enough. But don't go any further than that. It's straight leg. Yes. Send your arms, head down, breathe. Palms up. Yeah, relax your thumbs. Yes. Good. And breathe. Not to turn the split like that. Yeah. Just lengthen and don't harden this foot. Don't harden. Don't just, yes. Yeah, yes. Good. And feel what's happening here. What's that boy? Yes. Yes. Good. Okay, and then come back up. And do one more. Change legs. Okay, so now. Right leg up, left leg straight. Okay. Now actually bend your left leg. Left foot flat. Lift your hips off the ground, pushing into your left leg. Move your hips over a few inches to the left. Extend your left leg. No, I'm sorry, to the right. Extend your left leg. And then you're gonna turn all the way. So you roll to the outside edge of your left hip and foot and leg. Roll that outer right hip and thigh away. And keep your right leg in the level of your right hip. So don't let it drop onto the ground. Okay? Yeah. Yes, like that. And then you keep your head, yeah. And then breathe, relax, breathe. And some, yeah. Down. Yes, so the shoulders are level. Yes. Okay, breathe. Now this, you're on the outside edge of this leg, of the foot. This hip, yes, so that you can do that. Yes. Bend your knee. Now straighten. Good, see, you got some progress. Well, this moved up. Good, come up and change that. Good. But first lift your leg up before you bend it, and then bend your knee, and then move your hips back in the middle, and then change the leg, left leg up, right knee bent on the ground. Lift your hips, move your hips over to your left, extend your right leg, roll to the outside edge of the right leg and foot, as you bring the leg across, don't start with one knee, go straight, right, go at the same time. But this is not higher than that, stays at the level of that, I guess. Okay, and don't turn your head, and keep your palms up, and roll your shoulders under. Yes. There you go, this needs to be a little bit more, there you go.
And this contrast between the leg and the shoulder, what's?
This. Over here. So that's like a little cross lateral situation. Yes. Keep your head back to neutral, yes, and breathe. Right there. Yes. Breathe into that, make that like softening a sponge. Some calm in there, yes. Good. Good. Head center, don't do everything in your brain and eyes, try to do more in your body. Good. I know, we live up there. We don't live down here. Poor body, it's our dog, our neglected animal. Okay, and then you can come up. Good. And release the belt. And come back to neutral and take a breath. Good, remove the belt from your mouth, remove the blanket from under your head. Take your blocks and we'll do supported bridge and then Shavasana. Excellent, it's like Monday, right? So you put the hips and put the flat block under and be there for the best, and your elbows, put your shoulders under, extend your arms. Don't be in a rush. Never. Yeah, just give it a time, bend your elbows. Lift your chest, going under. Send your arms and relax. Bring your palms out. Yeah. So you're maintaining a little bit of this lift here. This. Relax your jaw, eyes, yeah, relax here, yeah, hollow abdomen. Yes, so your lower front ribs are wide, diaphragm is wide, and your lower front ribs and hips are in the same line, and your lower waist releases to your lower back, don't burn there. Yes, if you're that connection, remember your somatics, you can relax this now, there's no job. No. There's a heart in here. This is your rest pose. Yeah, yes. Yes, and then you can again engage your legs and butt again and lift the hips and go to the long skinny edge of the block and take your shoulders under again. So you'll get a little closer with your upper body towards the block as you do that. Bend your elbows, sweep your chest, lower your yes, good, beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Breathe into that and then let this. Yes. Well, finish it up. Yes. Good. Isn't that nice? You can take your time. So you can stay there, or you can go through flat blocks. You know, it's your resting pose. So you do what feels right to you in this moment. Turn the blocks the other way. Yes. So there, yeah. Good. I mean, you can do it that way too. There's many ways. Bend your elbows, lift your chest, roll your shoulders under. So when you bend your elbows, it's this. Close in. Here's your wrist and here's your elbow. So you line your wrist up over your elbow. So you can press down into your elbows. Don't lift your hips, lift your chest. And this is, and roll your shoulders under. And then relax. And keep your arms. Good. And we'll push this up. Right, let this all release down. Yes. Relax the back of your neck, the jaw, the ears, the eyes, the face. Don't look up. Yeah, do not look up. Right. And don't harden your eyes in any way. Just relax. Let your eyes fall back to the back of your head and forget you have eyeballs at all. Instead, be with your body, your animal. What's your animal have with a 10 check? Yes. Yes, right, starting to relax, shaking, letting go of a little held trauma. Yes, and then if you want, you can take your legs up one by one into shoulder stand, but you don't have to bring your feet back. No, it's too much, okay? Now take one knee up and be there and breathe. Then take the other knee up and be there and breathe. Now, roll the legs together and then move knees back and lift the chest up a lot. No, don't straighten them. Yeah, and sit on that block. Yes, lift the chest up, yes. Shoulders down, shoulders down. Relax the back of the neck. Let them soften your eyes, face, jaw. Yes. Come down because you need to come down. Lift your hips and move them back. Now, Peta. Sit on those blocks. Yes, and come back up again. One leg at a time. Then the other. Then lift your chest and stay there and breathe and relax. And don't push this up. And this isn't maybe as far as you go. It's okay to be just here and relax a little. Then you straighten one leg up. Right, and you keep this leg up. Yes. And don't harden the foot. Instead, firm the kneecap. Here. Yes. And then don't look up. And then relax your face and hollow here. Yes. Okay, change legs. Yeah. Good. So you do more effortless effort, right? More effortless effort. Now, see if you can take both legs. One at a time, right? Straighten, and then lean into this, lift, yes. So you're sitting on this block. Yeah, lift your chest in order to sit, yes. Then try to. There you go. Good, relax here. This is not efforting. Straighten your kneecaps. Don't harden your feet. Forget your feet. Firm here. Your lazy boys here. Yes. 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 Good. Right now. Okay, and then you come down one leg at a time, one leg, bend both knees, bend both, yeah, or you can see what works for your back, but don't harden. And then come down slowly, step by step, so that you maintain that sense of ease. And when you get to the flat block, move it more towards the tailbone. So, first you have to take one leg down, and then the other leg down, so that you go, remember, you're not trying to do the He-Man, right? Get into your inner feminine, relax a little. Then you lift your hips and take one walk away and move flat. And before you even move the walk, you can go straight if you want. It's up to you, right? But you can, straighten your leg and play there. But when you do that, you move it more towards your tailbone and walk. Yes. Yes. But you want to leg at a time. Right, so you can just explore, oh, look how that felt on that side, instead of manhandling it, soften it, and yes, and then do the other leg slowly, like you can snap it. Yes, and observe how that feels, right? Slow move. And then eventually you go to Shavasana, and relax in Shavasana. And you can do any other movements if you need to. But then also when you come into Shavasana, don't forget you're like a tortoise coming out of the shell. So that you're practicing each and every time when you do Shavasana, it's a rehearsal for you know what. So it becomes an easy thing. It's hard maybe on everyone else, but for you, it's good. Because you know what to do. Let it go. Right, at some point, we all have to, so practice that, because, all your worries and fears are gonna come right back, and all your patterns, and all your likes and dislikes, and all your thoughts about everything in the universe. They'll come right back, don't worry. Still be who you think you are. Okay, but let it go for a few breaths. Few minutes. Dance with points. So that you always have to flex and then release, yes. Yes. Right? Yes.
Oh, it's okay.
That's one thing, though. Yes, good. Opening up. Letting go. Releasing. Breathing, feeling something. Yeah. Allowing, just be ragdoll, see if you can, like your bones are heavy. I'm glad you don't have to go. No. Don't straighten your elbow. Yeah, that's a ragdoll. And then a little shaking helps. It kind of helps the body, elements too, right? To let go of trauma. But don't do. Just feel and breathe, allow. Let your be heavy, body, bend. Don't engage, disengage. Don't help me in any muscular, no. Let it go. Look, I've got you. Bend your elbow and drop your arm. Yes. Don't help me, don't shake. Let me do it. And stop. Do they do 20? Yeah. You feel like it, isn't it? That's the main thing. We'll be here for 2 more minutes. You start feeling, thinking, imagining, cogitating, let it go. Come back to the breath and the body with that being focus. This breath. And allow your breathing to deepen. And bring awareness to your toes and fingers, hands and feet, arms and legs. You can make any movements that you would like,
slowly and mindfully begin to bend your limbs one by one. Pause to observe, breathe, plan how you're going to move and observe how if you did move affected your body. And then roll to your side and rest there for a couple of breaths in the fetal position. And pause and relax. You have your here and body now. And it's all happening here. And then make your way to sitting. Your time, pull your belly in, look down to the ground, ready to the front, and then release the back. Okay, and then we'll just close, counting together, 1 Om and 3 Shanti. Shanti means peace. Om is everything. All is in. And in preparation, take a big breath in and out. You fill your vessel with good energy, and then you release anything negative or toxic. And then you inhale that clean energy for all. Peace for your body, peace for your mind, peace for your spirit, peace for yourself, for your families, for your communities, for our world, and our universe, and beyond. Okay, enjoy the day. That's welcome. So next week we will do some back bends, but it will be a more peaceful back bender. Okay, moving us into the restorative class, 3 business leaders. And back benders. Okay. Okay. I am on the first week of January. Just the first, yeah, Emily's gonna teach me that Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Oh, because Monday is New Year's Day, that's fine.
Yes, yes.
To come and support Emily, she's an amazing teacher, and we need to get her back in the studio. We want you.
I know, I'm gonna do some Sundays at 8 o'clock. Okay.
And Elaine, teaches her class on Zoom.
Also.
3 days a week, and then so, I mean, that could, I told them, we can move them slowly, 2 minutes. But, actually, 11:15.
People liked. 8. That's what 8 is fine, that's what they said.
Then go for 8.
That's-
At 8 is fine. Hey Morgan, everything good over there? Could you hear? How was everything?
Well, this was good. I think this dual camera thing is good.
Okay, excellent, good. Yeah, I want to get a camera that's a Bluetooth camera that you can zoom in and out. And then have it permanently installed on the rope wall, and then we can have the 2. Right now, I'm just using my iPhone, but I want to have something there everyone can use, so, all right, good. And then soon I'm gonna connect you to the TV so I can see you on the big screen, but I couldn't get the remote to work. So you're gonna have to behave yourself. Okay, Morgan, have a good week. See you next week.